Hey there, it's Karen coming with a quick tutorial. Many of you have asked about the dance tunic that I made. It has over 5 point something thousand views. So those who've asked, here I am with the tutorial. It's going to be on a mock or a mini version. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop it down on the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos. So today you're going to need some thread, the color of the fabric that you're using. I am using stretched fabric, so it stretches a little bit here and it stretches a little bit there. So it's a four-way stretch. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your fabric, and if it's not even, and the amount of fabric that you need is going to be your preference. However big, however long, drapey that you want it. Generally, a yard and a half is sufficient for your average size body. So what I'm doing here is straightening up the edge, and you're going to take your fabric and you're going to fold it in two. Remember, the fabric is stretchy on all four sides, so basically no matter what side you put it on, it's going to stretch. And so you have pretty much a square here. And then on one end, you're going to establish your shoulder piece. And pretty much this is an eyeballing type situation because it's a very fool-free, unless you really go crazy and cut a big hole. But it is really fool-free for the most part. So this is beginner friendly. Very, very much beginner friendly. So you're going to take your fabric, and on one side of the fabric, because it's folded, you're going to have maybe um and it's just enough to go over the shoulder. So you measure the width of your shoulder from your one end to about your neck, your collarbone in your neck. And this is, for this piece of fabric, this is about what I'm going to reserve for shoulder. And the rest of it here is basically what you're going to cut. So as uh, easy as I know how, you just fold the unwanted portion and you cut that portion off. And once again, it's very foolproof. So here's a portion that's cut, and here's a portion that's for your shoulder. And you're going to get on your sewing machine, and the open edge that's left on this right side of the fabric, you are going to you're going to sew that down, and you're going to sew it down on this end where you just cut both sides of the fabric together, and you're going to stitch it down on this end to close this end, so that when you put your head through this hole and this part goes over your shoulder, the open sides, you have one open side here and you have another open side here, because remember, you folded your fabric in half. And so what's going to happen is you'll have those two as a free edge. But with my tunic, I didn't even worry about that, because once I put my belt on, it's going to take all of this and it's going to just tuck it and hold it to my body. So if you want to perfect it, as in a perfectionist, which I mean, by all means you can, stitch this side closed and stitch the other side closed. Okay? And I'm just going to do it for the sake of doing it so that you guys see what that looks like. But for me, I didn't have to. Okay, so I use a different color thread just for the demonstration purposes so that you guys can see what was stitched and what was not. All right, so this is the wrong side of the fabric, of course, and this is where we cut on the fold. This is where we cut. You are supposed to stitch on this end, stitch it closed, and on this end, you stitching it closed up to the height of the other side to match the other side, so that you would stop here. Okay, and what's left is the opening for the other arm. Remember, one arm is free because this goes across the chest. So for demonstration purposes, we're going to flip this over, and I'm going to put it on my handy dandy little friend who decides to help me out today. Meet Abigail. Say hi, Abigail. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to slip this over the head, because remember, it's supposed to be stretchy. Oh, let's put it up her foot. Once again, this is just demonstration purposes only, because I didn't make it to fit neither her nor anyone else. So in normal circumstances, you'll pull it over your head. In this case, it's a small piece of fabric. It's small for her. So hence I pulled it up over her legs. All right, let's get your arm in here. And this is the side that we stitched and left an opening. And the other side, by default, already has an opening because that's the side that we cut at an angle. And this is what it looks like on the model. Okay. And I don't want to hear, oh, well, why didn't you make it longer? Because if you are even attempting to make this, at least you got some kind of sense. So that means you know that your fabric needs to be as long as you want it to be on your body. Okay? And it's not going to be fitted either, because when you fold it in half, the width of it is going to be at least 45 inches wide. So you're going to have a lot of room in it. This is like a blouse on her because I just picked a random piece of fabric to demonstrate how you make the tunic. Okay, let's make sure that's clear. So she'll probably inherit it as a little top once I get done with it. But this is what it pretty much looks like. And so you are 90% finished. It covers the chest. In the back, you have the same design. And what you're going to do next is attach any type of trim. I have several different trims in my hand. You got this trim, okay, which is going to turn out looking like this. You can attach that. You see what that looks like? Okay, you got this piece here. You can attach that if that's more readily available to you. And this you can hot glue. You can stitch it with needle and thread by hand. It's so much that you can do. But this is what you're going to do. You're just going to finish the edge of the thing with um, whatever trim you got. This is a trim that I found at the Dollar Tree. And pretty much you can cut this down, which is what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to show you that this can be also another trim that you can use. You can the trims are endless. It's basically what your vision is for the tunic. You can do that. Let's show you what a back view would look like. You see that? So you can go as thin, you can go as wide as you want to. That's wider. You can use that. So it's endless. It's whatever you want. Okay? So let me know if you have any questions. Once again, this was a quick tutorial. Many have asked, and I decided to get on here and um, create a mock of it. I'm not making a whole tunic that I'm not going to use. So this is just for demonstration purposes um, of how I made the dance tunic. Okay? All right. See you guys later.